Alright, guys, good morning. Welcome to our unique devotion for the day. Alright, so hopefully you're waking up. I'm trying to wake up here a little bit myself. We're in 1 Corinthians, still chapter 7. Today I'm going to read verses 12 through 16. And then I have sort of just part of the scripture to pull right out. It's what stood out to me, and hopefully it's helpful for you guys. So, here's the scripture for today. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, starting verse 12. But to the rest I, not the Lord, say, if any brother has a wife who does not believe, and she is willing to live with him, let him not divorce her. And a woman who has a husband who does not believe, if he is willing to live with her, let her not divorce him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Otherwise your children would be unclean, but now they are holy. But if the unbeliever departs, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases, but God has called us to peace. For how do you know, O wife, whether you will save your husband? Or how do you know, O husband, whether you will save your wife? Alright, so they're still continuing, he is still continuing to discuss, yeah, see, not quite awake yet. He's continuing to discuss marriage. And this is an excellent scripture area that if you're struggling in marriage or looking to grow in marriage, looking to get a little deeper understanding of the ins and outs of marriage, this is an excellent section right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, this whole section. So if you're working through something like that, come here, reread this, really delve deep and think about what God's trying to talk to you about, what he's trying to point out in your life. What stood out to me in this section then was, but God has called us to peace. So he's talking about what a wife should do in the case of divorce or struggles in the marriage with a husband who is not Christian, and vice versa, that a husband whose wife is not Christian in the midst of struggles or divorce, kind of what they should do. But I want to broaden that subject to relationships. So let me work through the last 3 videos, the last 3 portions of scripture. How well laced is your relationship? Now, that was 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 1 through 9, that we did 2 videos ago. Think about that for a second, the lacing that I talked about, the coming together. Then 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 10 through 11, the next portion. Do you reflect on your relationships? We talked about marriage there and maybe reflecting on that, but also beyond that, any other kind of relationship or even possible relationship that you could have, be it family member, friend, acquaintance. And then today, I want to stretch that, go a little further, but God has called us to peace. Now, thinking about that lacing, thinking about the marriage situations, those relationships between your family members, your friends, your co-workers, acquaintances, people you haven't even met yet. Because here he's talking about a kind of relationship. So he went relationship and then broke it down into something small, because that's what the people that he was writing to called for. That's what they were working through. So he went specific, but broaden that, because we are all in different areas. Maybe we're not working through divorce. Maybe our husbands and wives um, aren't unbelievers. Maybe they are believers. So then you tend to be like, well, this doesn't have to do with me. So let's work past it. Let's just move on. I'll just read it and be done. But don't just read it. There's something deeper here. There's something lush, lavish. There's something powerful here, and that is being able to build deeper into our relationships by this aspect. But God has called us to peace. All right, so think about that today. I'm going to think about that probably the next couple of days. These things are really taking me some time to work through in my mind. I really want to go a little deeper. I don't want to feel like, oh, I got that and then move on. I've really been, if I even got to that aspect, I'm like, okay, I want to do the next portion. I just take another day and keep thinking, and I usually come up with something even more profound just by contemplating it and thinking about it. So relationships and peace, if you really want to break it down, pull them together, think about them, try to act them out, try to put peace in your relationships in action, and just see what happens. Really, really test this hard. Not just once or twice, but over and over again every day for the next couple of days. I almost guarantee you that something awesome is going to happen for you. So on that note, I know that God is giving you all the blessings you deserve, and even more so, all the blessings you don't deserve. Till next time, please like, please subscribe, please feel free to leave comments if you wish, and please share this on all of your social media and help us to continue to grow this channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy this scripture. Love you guys. Peace.